Hey Life Church, welcome to our autumn update. So in this video we're going to look at mission and money, an update regarding our finances, as well as also hearing from Deborah about a little Brazilian partnership and Polly about New Day 2023. So grab a cuppa, get comfy, ignore your phones for a while unless you're watching this on your phone, and let's go. First of all, in our last video, we said that we'd do a few things, so I thought it best I just quickly report back about how we've got on. You see, we said that we would install a heart defibrillator, install a hearing loop, hire an intern for the year, and do some work on making the outside of the building watertight. Well, I'm pleased to say that all of those things have now been completed or are currently in the process of being completed. We also said that we would install some more lights in the main hall, as well as moving to phase one of our building development by knocking through into the cafe room, if you remember. Well, we haven't done those things yet. The extra lighting for the main hall is still in the pipeline, but shortly after making the video, we became aware of how much work was required to upgrade our fire safety system, which has understandably become our priority. A massive thanks to all of the team involved with getting everything up to standard. I know a lot of work is going in behind the scenes and under the surface, things that you guys in the church won't necessarily be aware of, but we are, and we're so grateful, so thank you for that. As far as the further developing of the building goes, to be honest with you, we're not really exactly sure what to do at this stage. Now, much of our focus and energy has been on getting clear, first of all, on what we think the Lord is saying to us about our primary mission, that of trying to share the gospel and make disciples with people. So we'll keep you updated, and we're keeping to pray and seek God for the wisdom of what to do with the premises and building that He's given us. Mission. Most of you will hopefully know by now that we believe the Lord has told us as a church to go again, and that we're exploring two things in response to that word. Firstly, we've said that at some point over the next few months, we're going to be adding a second service on a Sunday. And secondly, we're planning in the next 3 years, we want to plant a church in New Haven. For more about the vision behind that, check out the sermon linked to here. Those things might be our goal, as in something that we're aiming at, be it a short-term goal, and in the case of New Haven, a medium-term goal. But the question immediately follows from this, well, that's nice, but what's the next step? What's the next step for us to take? So let's talk about that. Let's first of all talk about the adding of a second service. We're exploring at the moment just various options open to us about what we think the Lord might be saying. And one thought that we're paying particular attention to at the moment and praying into is around the idea of not simply adding a second morning service, which can, if we're not careful, turn church into a bit of a conveyor belt experience, but instead we're exploring whether we could add a service in the afternoon on a Sunday, and then invite some of you to come to that one instead of the morning. There's several reasons behind this, but the exciting thing is that if we were to do this, it would potentially open up for us the option of reaching an entirely new group of people and giving an entirely new group of people the opportunity to explore faith and church for those who, for whatever reason, can't make a Sunday morning. And we started life as a church in Seaford at a 4 p.m. service. So we know that many of the pros and cons around doing this. But nevertheless, we're open to this as an idea, and are therefore kind of inviting you to speak to us and share your wisdom or things that you feel the Lord might be saying to you, but also for you to consider whether or not this is something you've got appetite and faith for. Who knows? So to that end though, what we're going to be doing is trialing a couple of afternoon services over the next few months, possibly with the offer of jacket potatoes and fillings afterwards for dinner for those of you who want to hang around. I don't know what you think about that. That's the first response, the idea of a multiple meeting, and something we're praying into. Please do respond to us on that and look out for more info as it comes out. The second response regarding the New Haven thing is, well, quite simply, the response is a response of prayer and interest seeking. At this stage in the journey, we believe that the next step in front of us is the step of prayer. We're going to be praying about it, and we're going to be praying about it, and we're going to be praying about it. And as we pray about it, we're also asking you that as you hear from God about it, that you'd come and speak to us and share what you think God's saying to us, to you. I've had, in the last couple of weeks, people sharing prophetic words with me about New Haven, which has been very exciting. Or even if you've got just a smidgen of interest of being involved with the idea of being part of the planting team and exploring that, do please come and speak to us. You can register your interest with that by going to www.seaford.life/New Haven. And don't worry if you do put your name down in that form, it doesn't mean that you are therefore committed to the future or committed to being part of that in the future. So that's just a brief update on some of the thoughts we've got around the mission of the church. Before we look at our finances, the money, here's Polly. Over to you.
So we are really excited to be returning to New Day for the summer of 2023. New Day is one of the largest Christian events for young people, and our own youth from Life Church Seaford will be joining thousands of other teams on Norfolk Showground to learn about and worship God, as well as camp out together and soak in the summer festival feeling. We want all of our youth to leave New Day further along in their relationship with Jesus. Now, New Day is made up of hundreds of other churches from all around the UK and Europe, enabling our young people to see and be a part of the bigger picture of God's church. Over the week, there are morning and evening meetings with guest speakers sharing the gospel. There are a range of seminars covering topics from prayer to sharing our faith, from career choices to anxiety and sexuality. And not forgetting the cafes, music venues, sports tournaments, fairground rides and donuts. This year the dates for New Day are Monday the 31st of July to Friday the 4th of August, leaving on the Saturday. So youth, parents and carers, you will find all the details about booking your space and payment on seaford.life/New Day. We are also planning to hold some fundraising events which will go towards subsidising the cost. So youth, get thinking of ideas for those, and church, look out for these events. Now, if you're not, or you do not have a youthling in the church, then we still need your involvement to make New Day 2023 happen. We need you to consider where and how you can serve our young people this summer. Perhaps you can be a part of the catering team. This year we will be cooking some of the food here and freezing it to take it out to camp. So maybe you can be a part of making that happen. Or even coming with us on the camp to prepare the food ready for youth and leaders. We need help setting up the campsite before the young people arrive and packing down after. So if you were able to travel up on the day before, on Sunday the 30th of July and/or Saturday the 5th of August, we need some people to help set up our big marquee where we eat our food, as well as setting up the tents ready for when the youth arrive. Or perhaps you can help the young people with their fundraising over the next year and help them come up with ideas and to run those events. As well as helping our own youth, there are plenty of opportunities to serve with New Day. If you choose to serve New Day, then you go to the festival for free, and they need people to serve in every area, on their kids' teams, in the cafes, catering, ministry, site maintenance, medical, technology, and almost every other area you can think of. And we would love to have a team from Life Church Seaford joining us for the week and serving New Day on one of their teams. I can recommend the Creche team, as every morning they have toast and tea. Now, newdaygeneration.org has all the details if you would like to explore this more. And please let myself or Claire Harmer know if you're interested in supporting our young people this summer in whatever capacity. So youth, parents and carers, go to seaford.life/New Day to sign up and let us know if you have any questions. And we look forward to having as many people as possible with us in Norfolk next summer.
Money. Let's talk about our financial situation as a church. We're halfway through our first year of trading as an independent charity. And what a time to be embarking on this new journey of responsibility and faith. A time like this where all of us are feeling the pinch that much more. Now, like yours, our utilities for this building has increased hugely. To give you just a little idea, last year we paid around £6,000 for gas and electric. This year we've managed to lock in a deal at £12,000 a year. Understandably, that puts pressure on what we're doing as a church and charity. Now, we're still trying to settle our budget for the year. I think the first year of any charity, as I understand it, is often a bit like this. But what I can share with you about our finances, our income and expenditure is this. Income from letting for the building has been £6,922 for the first 6 months, against the predicted budget of £6,000. We've brought in £3,800 from the cafe that's open on Tuesday and Wednesdays, and income from our regular offerings as a result of your sacrificial and generous giving. Income has been £70,533, compared to last year's income for the same period of £55,768. On top of this, we've had other one-off income through just regular one-off donations come in to the tune of £9,162. And all of this, I hope you'll agree, all of this is hugely encouraging. And last April, I came to you with our situation as a church regarding the challenges of becoming a standalone charity, and you've responded with incredible faith and commitment. We all are really on the leadership team of the church. We are regularly just blown away by the generosity of God's people, part of Life Church Seafood. God's people who, without having to, give a penny, and without us having to come and plead emotionally, you regularly, monthly, repeatedly, freely give as a response of God's grace. It is an amazing act of witness to the world, and in my opinion, an evidence of God at work among us. Now, that's our income, but as I mentioned, our costs have increased as well. Our operating expenditure for the first 6 months was approximately £62,000, and that's for things like mortgage, staff, ministries, utilities, etc. We've then also needed to spend money outside of our regular budget to the amount of £16,000 to date on things like fire doors, plastering, scaffolding, new emergency lighting, that sort of thing. And we've still got more to come on that, we know. So that's a total income from the building hire of church giving, cafe income, etc. There's a total income of £90,417 and a total expenditure of £78,000. With, as I said, some more expenditure predicted to come with the upgrading of the building's fire safety and weatherproofing, etc. So that's a brief update on our finances, and if you want more information about that, it's available on request from Bill Law, our trustee and treasurer. And if you're new to church or you're not currently giving but would like to, we would love to invite you to give to God as an act of worship through us. You're welcome to do that. You can give in the following ways on the screen or by visiting our website www.seafood.life/give. As always, as a church, we're committed to giving away at least 10% of all the money that comes in. And some of that money on this occasion is going to be going towards developing partnership with some churches in Brazil. Over to Deborah to explain more on that.
Hey, hola, church family. I'm so grateful to what God is doing among us and among the nations. At a brief count, there is at least 10 different nations represented among us. Last week, for those of you that were able to be at church or watch online, you would have heard of the Leadership Conference coming up in the beginning of November, which is being hosted by King's Church Mid Sussex, led by Jim Patrick, who was with us recently and served us so well. An exciting part of this conference, and particularly close to my heart, is that as a family of churches, we have recently developed a relationship with other churches in Brazil who've come into the new ground. Several of their key leaders will be coming to the conference, and we as a church are paying to help make it possible for a lady from Sao Paulo to come and be refreshed in God with us. And so, in early November, we'll be hosting Aline Fernandez, who works as an operation manager supporting the elders in her local church. She'll be coming to the UK for the very first time. And we as a church, we want to love her, support her, and encourage her. And also, through her, she's helping us to connect to the bigger picture. God is a God of the nations, and we are one family with all believers everywhere. God is at work behind the scenes of our lives, And I believe He's enlarging our vision to see beyond Seafood, New Haven, and even the UK. This is an opportunity for us to be together with our New Ground family, blessing other nations, in this case Brazil. So look out for Aline and make her feel welcome when she comes. God bless you.
That's it for now. It is a privilege to be in the same church family as you, to be able to pray with you, build community with you, and do life together. It's a real privilege. In the words of the Apostle Paul, let us continue to count others as more significant than ourselves, and let's do all that we can so that by all ways possible, more people will get to hear the best news in the world of a God who loves us and has come to set us free to live for Him. God bless you, and see you soon.